Hello, hello, hello. Hey, everybody. It's Nikki Cherie, and I decided to do an ad hoc live this morning. I'm coming off of the heels of church service, and at the church service, there was a very provoking or profound statement that my pastor made when he was giving his text today. And for whatever reason, I just couldn't shake it. I couldn't shake the statement that he made. And the statement that he made when he was talking about Elijah, is that life happens. And sometimes life does happen. And so when I thought about that, I thought about the week that I've been having. I thought about the press and the push that I made to go to service this morning because I attend the early service. And that's why I'm here this morning. I know that many of you may not be able to get on the live because you're at church yourself. Everyone doesn't go to the early service. Or you may be sleeping in, or you may be running errands, whatever the case may be. I decided that I had to get this nugget out of my spirit because it won't let me rest. And so I jotted down this question. And the question that has been rolling through my mind ever since I left service this morning was, do you need a break? What do you do when life happens? And I thought about myself just over the past week. And so I wanted to share a little bit of my experience and this nugget that I got from the statement that life happens. And I hope, my prayer is that it's an encouragement for you today. Even if you listen to it on the replay, that's fine. But I've got to get this, I've got to release this nugget today. So I won't be before you long. I just needed to share what's in my heart. So this week has been a pretty tough week. It's been pretty challenging. I was on the road this week traveling, and from a career standpoint, I've got a lot of demands. And I thought, just when I thought I was in the groove and things were kind of running pretty smoothly, I had a pretty big hurdle that was thrown in my way. And I was like, wow, the hurdle almost caused me to kind of take a step back and do a do-over. And if anyone knows me, I'm about efficiency and execution. I like things to be precise, and I don't like to have to do rework because in my mind, that creates extra time. Second, so that was in my career. Second, I got some really, really, really fantastic news for some things that have come up in my life and my family life. Got some really fantastic news on the earlier part of the week. And I will tell you, by midweek, got some pretty potentially devastating news. I was like, wow, the blessing was kind of running parallel. So I thought about that happening this week. And then I thought about all of the work that I'm putting into what I like to call my own business and my own ministry so that I can continue to give words of encouragement to women, sisters embracing life and healing, and those of you that are trying to live out your passion. And I looked at my timeline that I put together for the year, and I was like, I think I might be having some slippage there. So if I think about my total week, I thought, wow, I could use a break because I'm getting challenged in basically every area of my life. And so when I woke up this morning, hey, thank you for joining. I won't be before you long. And the question today is, do you need a break? And I thought to myself, if I'm experiencing these challenges and people come to me for words of encouragement all the time, or what can I do next? What are the practical things that I should do? I thought, wow, he said, the pastor today, Dr. Vernon said, life happens. And when life happens, I immediately thought about, do you need a break? Especially because I had to press myself to get up and even go and hear this word. And what was interesting is, and this is ad hoc, but I'm a note taker, so I jotted down 3 things. I said, okay, what could happen when life happens? What kind of break do we usually as women take? The first one I wrote down was, yes, when life happens, sometimes we break up. And what do I mean by that? I wrote down, we break up relationships, we break up marriages, we break up long-standing history of things that we've been working toward, but primarily the breakup. Sometimes we just let things break up. We let relationships go by the wayside when any form of attack happens, or if we're insecure about those forms of those things that may be coming at us. If there's any form of insecurity, the breakup happens. And that's the break that we usually succumb to. And then the other break that I thought about was we break apart. We break apart into a million little pieces when the pressures of life are coming our way. When, things aren't going right at home, or we haven't got that promotion on our job, or we're doing double work and doing extra, and there's not enough money at the end of the month. Sometimes mentally, we just break apart into a million little pieces. And so I said, do I need a break? What kind of break am I really taking? And then the other break that I thought of is that it's so easy for us as women to suffer from heartbreak. How many of you have suffered from the devastation of heartbreak? Whether it's heartbreak in a relationship with someone you think you love or should love you, or heartbreak from the rejection of not having a parent in your life, or heartbreak from the loss of a loved one. There are so many opportunities for us to take a break. But is it really the right break that we're taking when life happens? And I tell you, I couldn't shake this. I couldn't shake that statement that life happens. As if when life happens, we just sit back and we allow ourselves to take these breaks that keep us broken, that keep us in despair. And the word that was delivered was really about restoration, because his focus was on prayer and how prayer changes things. And I thought, wow, that's really, really key, because don't you know that we can turn around every situation? And most of the time we turn it around with a conscious choice and decision, and by faith. So when life happens, yes, sometimes we go through the breakup. Yes, sometimes you break apart into a million little pieces. Yes, sometimes you even suffer from heartbreak, but it doesn't have to end there. You can restore. I decided to do this live, and I was sitting here thinking, should I even do this morning? Because this is not scripted. This is not something that I've thought about. It literally is something that's burning in my heart. And I remembered that I have this picture on my wall. And if you see this picture, it's the caption says, "Made for each other." And what I want you to see from this picture is that this man and this woman in the background are actually chiseling each other. Now, in this case, it says you're made for each other in this relationship, and there's rings there for symbolizing marriage. But this picture to me indicated that we are made for this life that we want to live. We are built and designed and chiseled to win by Christ. He created us with a purpose and a plan in mind. It says that he is the author and the finisher of our faith. And if we are made to win, why can't I turn that break around? When life happens, why can't I make a conscious decision that it's not what I go through, but it's how I go through it? And if we know that prayer changes things, and if we know that all we need is the faith the size of a mustard seed, then I have a say in the outcome. I have a say in the type of break that I take. So I turned away from break apart in a million little pieces, and suffering from heartbreak. And I wrote down these words of encouragement for you today. When life happens and you feel like you need a break because things are coming at you in every area of your life, take this kind of break. Break out. And what does that mean? Get out of your comfort zone of despair, of rejection, of heartache. Break out and do something different. Take the time to pause, reflect, restore, and renew. Take the time to have fun or to create a new way of thinking for yourself, to step outside of the box and have an idea that has been in the back. If you have an idea that's been in the back of your mind, try it. Break out. What more do you have to lose? Break out and do something different. The next break through. You can break through. Push, and push again. Push some more until you see yourself taking the small step forward to realize your passion. We are still in Q1 of 2019, and I believe that 2019 is going to be epic. I said that coming into the new year. Many of you have already made plans. You've already got thoughts. And if you don't have that vision board, get that vision board together. You've already thought about what is it that I want to do? What is it that I want to accomplish? This year, you are going to break through when life happens. And then I had break free. You are equipped, chiseled, made in his image. You are made and built for the adversity and the hurdles that are going to come. You are built to be victorious. You are built to win. You are built to overcome. You can break free and get to your blessing. You just have to go get it. And the last break, when you change your mindset from, I need a break from all the breakups and breaking and falling apart and the heartbreak that comes from adversity. When your mind begins to shift and you do that breakthrough, you experience it. One small step forward is still progress. Then you are preparing yourself for your big break. Your big break of opportunity, your big break in terms of resources, your big break in terms of the relationship or the influence from someone else who is going to sow a seed into your business, give you that promotion on your job, help you go back to school, give you the insight on how to deal with unruly children, whatever the case may be. If you are ready for when that big break happens, you can walk through the door with victory. You can walk through the door with confidence because you're not waiting on life to happen. You're prepared for the break, and you make a conscious decision on what type of break you're going to take. I don't know who this is for on today, but I certainly hope it encourages you, because I know that life happens. It happened to me just this week. But instead of breaking apart, instead of breaking up into a million little pieces, I consciously made the decision to walk in faith and to allow the break to lead me to break through, to lead me to break out, to lead me to be prepared for the big break that is coming in 2019. And it is going to be epic. And so are you. You are preparing yourself to make an indelible mark on this earth. You are preparing yourself to help someone else through. Sometimes we have to realize that what we go through is not just for ourselves, but it's for someone else that needs a helping hand, that needs to know, how do I make it? How do I change my break to something that's more advantageous for me? And so I will leave you with this word of encouragement on today. Thanks, everyone.